I've been getting a lot of questions on how I take my monkey motocamping, so I figured I would put a video together showing what I use as far as the gear and the actual bike. First, let's talk about the rack. The rack is the T-Rex rack. It gives you a solid platform with a very large base to be able to strap anything you want on there. I think the weight limit is about 15 pounds, and it's very easy to install. I've got a video that you can take a look at. The next upgrade I will talk about is the shocks. These are the TB Parts mystery shocks. I'm about 190 pounds, and I rarely bottom out now that I've installed those. I've also upgraded the exhaust to the Yoshimura full exhaust. Also included in that is the spark arrestor, which did tame the sound down a little bit, but is required for national parks. The Two Brothers Racing pegs really give you a good solid platform, give you good grip, whether you're seated or standing, and really improve the comfort. So the Shinko Mauber tires is what I went with. I did not go the same size front or rear. I stuck with the stock sizing. They give great grip. Lower pressure definitely helps with some of the washboard on the road and gives you an additional grip in the back. The windscreen is kind of a personal choice. At higher speeds on the road, it definitely helps. It redirects the wind from blowing, say, lower in your chest and in your crotch, all the way up to your helmet, which makes it just a bit more comfortable to ride at higher speeds. I also installed a USB charger. Normally, I would have my phone mounted to the handlebars, but I've currently taken that off. But to be able to charge your phone or navigation is nice. So on the other side, I definitely needed to update the shifter. The stock shifter has kind of a funky linkage. This allows me to get my foot underneath, also makes it adjustable up and down. And that really was a massive improvement for comfort. I also installed the man-in-the-box intake. Easy setup, nice and clean. I also ordered the waterproof and dustproof cover that goes over it for the summertime here. Once the trails dry out, it becomes very, very dusty. And because I did the exhaust and the man-in-the-box intake, I did have to order the CJR Performance ECU, which really brings out the power with the modifications that I've done, which is going to be required once you start stacking gear on the back of the bike. So that's pretty much the bike in a nutshell. Next, let's talk about how I pack my gear onto the back of the monkey. So on the T-Rex rack, I mounted a Rotopax mount. This is great for carrying extra fuel to extend your camping range, or if you're out in the desert like I plan to this summer, carrying some extra water. So to store the gear, I went with the Wolfman Luggage. This one here is the large rolly. The Wolfman Luggage is 100% waterproof, radio frequency welded seams, ultra tough 840D TPU fabric construction, and fully waterproof. The large rolly has a capacity of 20 liters, and the medium bag is 12 liters and comes with the D straps on top, which allows me to strap even more Wolfman bags to get more storage. It does fit securely with the straps under the T-Rex rack, which actually allows me to mount even more bags, as you'll see next. Most of my gear comes from ultralight backpacking or bike packing, and so a large amount of storage isn't really needed. So I've added 2 of the medium rolly bags at 12 liters apiece on either side. Now note that these are not fully packed. I just crammed some shirts and some towels in them to try to keep form as I strapped it on. But they will be fully formed. It's a nice, solid, strong fabric that allows you to really cinch down and get them tight on there. Once they're cinched down, there's very little movement at all, even going over through the bumps. I'll be doing another video on how I pack my gear in these bags in the future. Lastly, I use a 511 tactical sling on top. It is the Rush Moab 6, 11 liters, and I keep my wallet, my phone, my keys instead of a tank bag in here. It gives you lots of options and pockets inside, and it clicks on with 4 straps very securely. I've also added the 511 H2O carrier, which I carry a Nalgene bottle, which is mainly just for drinking. If I need additional water, I will carry a Camelback or a backpack that has a 2 or 3 liter bladder in it also. But that pretty much sums up my moto packing gear setup. Like I said, I'll be creating another video to show you how I pack the bags out, but that's about it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will definitely respond. Any suggestions that you have, or how you load out your monkey for moto camping. Thanks again.